Salesbeat is a platform that connects FMCG brands and companies to other players in the FMCG ecosystem.
So it's a marketplace for FMCG brands with other FMCG brands, or?
Well, it's actually to connect them with the freelancers and service providers. Can be anything from supplier down to a sales freelancer.
Okay. How did you come up with the idea for Salesbeat?
Well, I can't take all the credit for this. My co-founder, she worked in the industry for almost 20 years, working for companies like Pepsi, and so saw a need for large companies to have access to local and more on-demand talent. So that's where the idea came from.
Is the thesis around the localization of products to sort of accelerate the iteration of products that are designed for a local market, or is it just localization of talent and resources as a company sort of expands internationally?
Yeah, it's the second for sure.
Okay.
So part of that has to do with the environmental impact as well that companies have. So one thing my co-founder saw was a lot of travel happens for example, a sales manager and flying teams over and doing that kind of from the headquarters where a lot of that talent existed already in the area. So our platform helps gather that talent, put it in a place that's accessible to those companies.
Is it also about sort of replacing talent with on-demand resources instead of using sort of a salaried employee? You can hire someone as you need them to take care of certain things?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it does help create a flexibility. So this industry has a typical kind of very difficult old way of doing things where you have long contracts, for example, in manufacturing and even with sales. And so to make that more flexible and more on demand for companies, that's why the platform exists.
What are the first markets you're tackling? She worked at Pepsi, you said? So are you going after food and beverage first, or what are you looking at?
Yeah, our beachhead is food and beverage companies, and mainly in Europe and in the UK.
How do you sell it?
It's basically a SaaS model. So we have a few different options. One is a subscription service, and then we have package services, and then there's commissions when we talk about sales.
How large is the market for this stuff?
Well, it's quite huge. I mean, FMCG in general, almost $15 trillion market. But
right.
I mean, these companies with thousands of employees, you also have everything from sales to marketing to other business functions that make up a large number of people. So the market is quite huge for this.
All right, sounds great, man. Thank you so much for taking the time. Appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.